Well, you and Traplo Ross got into it.
Well, I thought.
And I got involved.
It was crazy because I didn't know I got into it. It was, I didn't, and me and Remo talked about this the other day because I told him that you had to get involved. And I believe you are a great help.
Yeah.
Because what he told you, you was able to say, nah, bro, you reading that wrong. He does it to me. Somebody sends him something. He just
listen.
I'm like, I didn't know, but after sitting back, without saying too much, I think sometimes our mind, when you know what I'm saying, and
I think a couple things were going on in this because look, when we were all on No Jumper together, by the way, an epic moment in independent hip hop history. Me, you, academics, Adam, Remo, Traplo Ross, all of us getting along, cool, doing something together. You were pretty tough on Traplo Ross.
That, on the record,
hold on. You were a little hard on him, and that's cool. We all sat there and watched it happen. So I think he probably felt some type of way. So we put out a documentary. He made a joke about extortion. And that made you mad. So then you called him up, upset. And,
no, but I did know.
You were a little upset. You weren't happy about it.
No, when I
you
called
were stern about it.
No, but when I called him, Vlad, and I'm going to tell you because I've been working on this. R&B makes me work on this. When I called him, I was cool.
I understand that. But I think cool. What my presence sort of helped, kind of fix it.
Because he thought what I did, he took it
See,
wrong.
Here's what I think was happening behind the scenes that I think not everyone sort of understood, but me having a vantage point, kind of I got it, right? I think, I explained this to you, you've created a persona for yourself that unless you get to know you well, it'll scare certain people, right? Some people will take it. Some people will think that you're, scarier than you actually are once you get to know you and realize you're a reasonable person, right? Now, on the Traplo Ross side, I think that he reads a lot of stuff. This is what I realized after talking to him and you and so forth. What he does is he creates these documentaries based on people he's never met most times, right? So how does he get his information?
Internet.
The internet. So he takes a lot of stuff on the internet and runs with it, not realizing that a lot of this stuff just is not true. So he starts naming all these things that you allegedly did. And as I'm talking to him, he's like, because and he was extorting Kanye with a sex tape. I said, no, he wasn't.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about?
No, he wasn't. Oh, and he did this too. I'm like, no, he didn't do that either. Yeah. And then there's this, and I'm like, no, this is something you got on the internet. That didn't really happen.
Yeah,
now, look, but me and you got into it at one point, so I understand what it's like to get into it with you.
No, but he didn't meet that guy.
He didn't meet that guy?
No.
Well, and here's the thing, right? He thought he was meeting that guy, I think from his point of view. And the thing is what I was trying to explain to you is that we all deal with these types of situations differently. When I got into it with you, I'm like, okay, it's time to get militant and prepare for some bullshit. Someone like him will potentially get scared and, potentially call the police or just start to freak out.
Vlad.
Right?
So he does what he does. He started it. He called in while Adam's live. He sends Adam